If the Justice League and the Avengers are busy, these teams might be free. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 superhero teams you've never heard of. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking for the most obscure superhero alliances that have formed in comics. We're not saying that these teams aren't important, but that the average person wouldn't think to call for teams like the Pet Avengers in an emergency. Number 10, League of Losers. When the supervillain Chronic decided to travel from the future to kill the Marvel heroes armed with the knowledge of their identities and weaknesses, he slaughtered all but the most obscure heroes. The 7 survivors form a team that Chronic dubs the League of Losers, consisting of Speedball, Dagger, Aranya, X-23, Gravity, Sleepwalker, Terror Inc., and Darkhawk. The Alliance got off to a rough start, but after traveling to the future, adding members like the Thing, and training together, they became an effective team. The League of Losers is a random assortment of characters, but they work together surprisingly well. Number 9, ForceWorks. Wouldn't it be great if heroes could show up before things got really bad? That was the idea of ForceWorks. When Avengers West was no more, Tony Stark called upon veterans of the team for a new heroic concept. He aimed to combine a supercomputer called Plato with Scarlet Witch's powers to predict where chaotic events were happening and get there before they turned into catastrophes. With Scarlet Witch also serving as the leader, ForceWorks fended off aliens and helped provide disaster relief. Although their time together was short-lived, we predict trouble for any villain if they reunited. Number 8, Neo Knights. Most humans would run away from giant evil robots, but this team runs towards them. Businessman Garrison Blackrock sought out humans with special abilities to fight the evil Decepticons. He was able to find 4 people to form his Neo Knight squad. Rapture created convincing fantasies to trap her enemies. Thunder Punch charged energy in his limbs, Dynamo channeled energy from the Earth's elements, and Circuit Breaker shot electricity and could mess with Transformers' circuits. Despite their power potential, the team was only seen in action a handful of times. Maybe the Knights can dust off their armor and fight with the Autobots again. Number 7, Nextwave. If you want fun and reckless heroism, Nextwave's your team. The Nextwave unit once worked for an organization named Hate. When they discovered Hate was funded by a shady group, they decided to split off on their own. The Nextwave lineup includes a former Avenger, a monster hunter, a robot, a man with alien strength, and an explosive mutant. The team constantly bickers like a dysfunctional family, yet they're always in sync during battle, taking down metallic samurai and dragons with strategy and style. Since no one in Nextwave uses codenames, just Google one of them if a talking dinosaur messes with your town. Number 6, the Conglomerate. This superhero team is brought to you today by the highest bidders. A group of businesses decide to fund a team known as the Conglomerate. The Conglomerate is just like any other superhero alliance, with a few corporate logos and required appearances. They initially clashed with the Justice League due to their sponsored heroics. Over time, the Conglomerate proved they were about more than money and stepped away from morally gray missions. These soldiers of fortune have changed their lineup a couple of times, and were once made up of otherworldly villains. The Conglomerate is inactive now, but could return if the price is right. Number 5, the Great Lakes Avengers. They may not be the strongest Avengers, but they are the strangest. The Great Lakes Avengers were founded by Mr. Immortal, a man who can't stay dead. Obscure heroes like Big Bertha, Flatman, Dinosaur, and Doorman rounded out the team. When they first took up the name, Hawkeye investigated their blatant copyright infringement. Upon seeing that they had good intentions, he trained them. This quirky team has earned its way on and off the official Avengers roster numerous times, and team deaths led to Squirrel Girl and Werewolf spending time on the team. Throughout all their trials, the Great Lakes Avengers remain weird. Number 4, Midnight Suns. When supernatural threats emerge, this team appears out of the shadows. The Midnight Suns were secretly assembled by Doctor Strange to unite the most powerful mystics and paranormal hunters he could find. Popular heroes like Ghost Rider, Blade, and Morbius work with other vampires, sorcerers, and humans to fight the dark forces. Having a roster of 9 heroes has led to a few clashes, like the time Blade killed a few of its members. Despite some rough patches, they've worked together to end all kinds of demons and dark plots. If supernatural beings want to attack, they'll have an army to go through. Number 3, the Champions. In a world of dark and gritty heroes, this young crew brings an undeniable light. After losing faith in the Avengers, the teenage Miss Marvel quits and decides to form her own team, the Champions. Along the way, she drafts Sam Alexander's Nova, Miles Morales' Spider-Man, Amadeus Cho's Hulk, Viv Vision, and young Cyclops. The champions complement each other with their unique power set and combined experience. They also set themselves apart by not rushing in and punching problems, but trying to find non-violent and long-lasting solutions. The champions haven't been around for long, but we hope they're around to lead us into a brighter future. Number 2, the Outsiders. Batman's ally Lucius Fox gets caught in the middle of a civil war in Markova. When the Justice League refuses to help for diplomatic reasons, he goes in with his ally Black Lightning. Over the course of his mission, he runs into a few other superheroes. After they all work together to restore peace, Batman decides to take this assortment of heroes under his wing and creates the Outsiders. There are many variations of the team with characters like Katana, Metamorpho, and Geoforce as constant staples. They're still not a household name, but they may prefer it that way. Before we call our top pick to assemble, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, the Outlaws. Not to be confused with the Red Hood-led group of the same name, Marvel's Outlaws was a short-lived group of ex-villains including Sandman, Puma, Silver Sable, and led by none other than Spider-Man? Yes, really. These reformed criminals join Spidey on a quest to clear his name after he's framed for a robbery by a paparazzi photographer. They may be made up of B and C-list characters, but they did take on the Avengers and live to tell the tale, so that's got to be worth something. You'd think a group that has Marvel's mascot as their leader would be a household name, but you'd be wrong.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.